Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are moving towards healing. Yup. We are moving towards healing. Hip hop is a sport, ladies and gentlemen. 1978, link in the pink comment, go get it. Drake has just officially dropped his lawsuit with iHeartmedia. Now, some say he dropped it, some say he didn't really have anything, so he had to drop it. But here we're going to cover it. Now, his Spotify, I think it's against Spotify and UMG is still going. But Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club covered this. We're going to cover it. Let's see what she was saying. Now, there's a little confusion going around because some people being like, no, this is what happened. No, this is what happened. We got all the sources here. Let's go. Oops, wrong button. Yeah.
Texas with like iHeart, and he was okay. So y'all remember the whole legal back and forth that Drake had happening in Texas with like iHeart, and he was alleging that Universal Music Group was paying money to iHeart radio stations over Not Like Us and boosting the streams. So there have been reports that there was an alleged settlement, but that is not what happened.
What happened?
Well, we know nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertainment.
Okay, so for what they're talking about is when this news first officially broke, the super pro Drake, like the Drake people were just saying, this was a settlement. Basically, Drake won this. This is a win for Drake. Drake won. See, it was a settlement. He got paid. That's what was originally happening. That isn't true. More has come out, and I think iHeart has made a statement.
Well, we know nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining, but I need DJ Academics and all the Drake fan pages to gather around to get the truth regardless.
Okay, the facts.
It's simple. What Drake filed against iHeart wasn't a lawsuit. What he filed was a petition.
Yes.
And it was a petition to try to...
People forget that the first was a petition. So what he really dropped was his petition, which means that he couldn't find something to really sue them over. That's what...
Make iHeart give a deposition. So Drake wasn't asking for money. He was asking for information. Right. So iHeart could not have made a payment. iHeart could negotiate to give Drake documents or something else showing they didn't do anything wrong. And once Drake received those documents and saw that there was nothing there, he could agree to drop his petition. And that's exactly what happened. Okay, he simply dropped his petition because after he saw what he needed to see, he realized iHeart was not engaged in any of the actions that he was accusing them of. End of story. And I know Drake fan pages won't run with that because it's not as entertaining as saying, iHeart settled with Drake for money, and Drake was right all along. But, no, your guy Drake simply dropped the lawsuit or dropped the petition because there was nothing there.
Mm-hmm. So the way that I break it down is they're 100% right. What happened was Drake actually dropped the petition once he got the paperwork because he saw that there was nothing there. And that's why in the beginning of this, I said this stuff was BS. You know what I mean? Because, and we kind of knew what this was the whole time with the whole, it was just clearly just like an attempt at being mad at losing the battle. That's exactly what it was. There was no other thing outside of that I believe that this was genuinely for, right? So the Breakfast Club, what's it called? They're still covering, Drake is still doing the Spotify one and this, but that's what shows right there. That was kind of, and people are, whether you're like, oh, this is an L for Drake. This is well, technically it is an L as of right now, but I just think that this is a W for the culture. My issue with these cases was not that it was Drake making them. My issue with these cases was it was anybody making them and what it does to the artistic expression, artistic integrity, and all that stuff. So as long as they're thrown out, that's a W for the culture. You can look at it as an L for Drake and whatever, but it's a W for the culture. So just to make it extra clear what happened to the people, be like, no, Drake got paid. There was a settlement. No. So Rolling Stones, shout out to Cobb. This is where I got it from, the Twitter page. Rolling Stones put out a document, story. Stones reads, in the underlying petition, the rapper has sought oral deposition of iHeartMedia corporate representative. And this also shows to the people who jumped out the window and said that Drake got money that they're not paying attention to this case. And that's why, when I say, I have a major problem with the case, most of the people who don't understand it are people who aren't really looking into this case, are the people who think Drake won some money when he was never suing for money from iHeart. He was petitioning for information, and that information let him know. And if he would have found something, he would have follow through, but since he couldn't, there was no following through. And in exchange for documents that showed iHeart did nothing wrong, Drake agreed to drop his petition. No payments were made by either one of us, a source at Iheartmedia tells Rolling Stone. So Iheartmedia has came out and made a statement. In a separate statement, Drake's legal team said, "We are pleased that the parties were able to reach a settlement satisfactory to both sides and have no further comment to this matter." It was satisfactory to Drake because, I don't know if it's as satisfactory to both sides. I think it was really more for, what's it called? iHeart, because it is what it is. There was nothing there. And I'm so glad. I am so glad that this is over. Now, this is the, well, at least the iHeart part. Like I said, it feels like we're moving towards the healing. And my only issue with Drake through this whole battle, even if the way that he handled everything, you can go back to watch my DeMar DeRozan, what he did to DeRozan. I didn't really even have too many issues with that. Even if I thought it was funny, I understood where he was coming from because I could only imagine where his mental health is right now. I could only imagine what it feels like for the world to come down on you like that. I could only imagine what it feels like to have a artist like Kendrick Lamar having a Not Like Us and a run like this after our battle. I could only imagine. So I get it, but it was the defamation suits and all them other suits that started making me go, all right, bro, now you're doing something else. But this is XXL Magazine's article about it. Drake has dropped iHeart Media from his pre-action petition law court in Rolling Stone said. On Monday, March 3rd, RS reported, let me slow down here. RS reported Iheartmedia is no longer a defendant in Drake's probe into alleged payola in connection with Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Well, what this also proves, though, is that there was a payola at least on the iHeart side for Not Like Us. So this does make Drake's case look, even his case for UMG, look extra shaky. It looks extra shaky. But they're doubling down on that one, so they're still holding down on that one. The two parties have come to an amicable resolution after Drizzy sought to depose the company about their possible involvement in pay-for-play scheme with K-Dot Single. And if Drake did find something that was blatant, like straight payola, okay, so I could see that. But like, I think the reason why Drake thinks this is because Drake was on top of the machine for so long. He was the face of the machine, and I think he knows how the machine works, so he just assumes the only way a song could get this big, and only way a song could get more credited and more accolade than anything Drake has dropped is if they're cheating. That's the only way I could believe this, and clearly he was wrong because of how it turned out. In exchange for documents that showed iHeart did nothing wrong. Oh, we already read this. Drake dropped his petition. No payments were made by either one of us. A source of Iheartmedia. Drake legal team, I read that. Drake is still taking UMG to court in Texas as a part of this legal probe. He claims that they use bots and payola to artificially inflate Not Like Us. In addition, Drizzy has also filed a federal defamation lawsuit. Oh, God. That's the one that did it for me. Against UMG in New York Supreme Court over the song, which calls Drake a PDF. The music company has denied the allegations. XXL reached out to Drake's team and iHeartRadio for comment. So when this initially came out, you know, the academics of the world, academics of the world, and the like I said, the Drake stand pages were going, this is a win, before any of the information. Some people were straight out blatantly lying and said that iHeart paid them. So for everybody who didn't know what happened, this is what happened. I believe it's a positive step towards positivity, towards artistic expression. I still think Drake gets knocked down notches for this. And really, it's a sore loser type stuff. And also Spotify just cleared a bunch of fake bots, and I think Kendrick Lamar was one of the artists that wasn't affected at all. So that's going to hurt that too. So I just think all of this, nothing about this is like some noble, I'm doing this for the little man. This is more like, I can't believe I lost. There's no way I could have lost unless you cheated. Let me make sure you didn't cheat. And he finds out right here that at least iHeart didn't cheat. So we're going to see, and we're going to cover this as it develops. This to me is the most important case in hip hop right now. I think the ramifications of this case is going to go further, or than like the Young Thug, the ASAP Rocky, this one affects hip hop as a culture more immediately. But I'm glad that this one didn't go through. I'm glad that this one dropped, and I'm glad that you didn't see any foul play. So we'll see how that works. I genuinely believe, though, after all of this, Drake dropped the album, Drake got to go away for a little bit. Drake got to go away. Before he drops a solo project, I really think this, because the stench of this now, because there's so many people who are against this and see this now are going to now look at you like, what do we tell you? So, I know there's going to be a lot of upset owls, but if you see them, just let them know kindly and respectfully, right? When they're like, why are you coming? Ah, Kendrick, why you doing it? I need you to comment below and let them know that they have the option to shut the TV off, turn the TV off. They ain't got to keep watching me. Turn the TV off, turn the TV off. I'll make sure to like every comment of that I see. Salute.